Good evening, everyone, morning or afternoon. I know I do not see anybody in the chat just yet, but I do want to say thank you for tuning in today. Whether you are watching the replay or you are here with me today, it is always greatly appreciated to have you guys here interacting with me, interacting with the channel. So I do greatly appreciate you guys. And some of you guys are probably wondering, well, what the heck are you doing here? Um, on a Monday night at that. I have given it some thought and decided that I was going to start going live on Mondays at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Maybe not every Monday night, but at least every other Monday. So if you are in the chat, just please let me know that you are here, that you can hear me, you can see me okay. And yeah, let's have a fun night tonight. I am going to be doing some spinning, which is some of my own hand-dyed fiber that I did back in 2024. This is Ocean Eyes. I do have already 2 hanks spun up and on sale or for sale on Mercari. So if you are interested, you should be able to check out my Mercari link down in the description somewhere. So yeah, that's what I am going to be spinning tonight. This is the last of that braid. So yeah, let me know what you're working on. If you have any plans for tonight, what you're maybe cooking for dinner or what you had for dinner. How is your weekend? All that good stuff. So we actually had a little bit of a busy weekend, and I do have a few new things in the craft room. One you can see in the back there. I came up with a great idea to have a built-in shelf, corner shelf for the craft room where I can put all of my crystals on. The original idea was actually going to be a moon, a waning full moon and waxing moon, but it was going to be a little too complicated to get that all set up. So we just did a mushroom and it turned out wonderful. I will have that in an update video here shortly, within probably this next week or so. So you guys can actually see it. You can only see half of it right now. And it came out really, really cool. Okay, so there is my stepdad. Your mom and I are on. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming in and supporting as always. Y'all are some wonderful parents to have. And there is Mama Winch. Good afternoon, Mama Winch. How are you, my dear? How's your weather? Has it started warming up for you guys, or are you guys still getting cold? I know we're supposed to be in the 80s this weekend, and I am so excited for that. I've already gotten some of the majority of the garden already situated. I was able to get some plants planted, the tomatoes, peppers, hot peppers that I was talking about my last live. So I was able to get those planted Friday. I haven't started on the onions yet. I want to do those, sow them in ground. So warm enough that you moved back into the camper yesterday. Awesome. You get your own space, right? That camper life can be rough. We, when me and PJ first got married, we lived in his camper on his parents' property, and it was pretty rough for the months that we were there. It didn't help that we had to, during the wintertime, actually haul water to the camper. Yep, plus being back in your own space. Yeah, it's always nice to have sometimes, is your own space. I know as much as I love my kids and my husband and all, and animals, sometimes just having my own space is just like, I just need it. That's why I come in here and hide out sometimes. She is doing wonderful. She actually had a, speaking of which, I just got a email from the pediatrics office. She had an appointment today. She ended up getting some shots, but they are putting her on a medications for reflux because we believe that she is having some reflux. She's getting fussy during feeding times to the point where she's screaming. So they are putting her on medication for that, and hopefully that does wonders. But other than that, she's doing good. She's growing good. She's looking good. And yeah, she's definitely cooing and oohing more and smiling. So it's always a joy to see. Yeah, she was 10 pounds and 8 ounces. Thank you. The other one, the oldest, she, my husband's stepmom, my stepmother-in-law, she calls her a troll, but we call her a turd. But she acts like a turd sometimes. But she's good. She's a good kid. I know her teachers adore her, and she adores her teachers as well. So what are you into, Mama Winch? What are you working on? I know you've been busting out some hats and some projects. And I'm assuming you guys can hear and see me okay. You are trying to design a dishcloth with the F word on it that your bestie wants. It's giving a fit. Oh, so you're doing kind of like a Grafghan almost. Well, not a Grafghan, but yeah, similar to that. Those can be a pain, and I'm pretty sure it's making you want to say the F word. A couple years ago, I did a frame. It was kind of like a table runner, but in a frame of one of our, what we now consider family, their last name to put up on the wall. And it turned out pretty good, but trying to read the graph and everything, my eyes were going cross-eyed. So if you're reading a graph, I can only imagine how your eyes are adjusting to the screen and then looking at the project and working it up and all. I know that can be a pain itself. So you're just freehanding it. Okay. Mm-hmm. I bet you that's even more of a pain than I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've done one of those graphs. I don't even remember the website that I used. I think it's called like Stitch Graph or something like that. I can't even remember what it's actually called. Yeah, I've tried. You've never done a graph. I just don't care for the changing of the color. That's what I don't care for. There was a blanket that I started doing right around the time that I started my channel, and it was a silhouette style of a barn with a windmill. Never again. I ended up ripping it out because it was too much. It was way too much. I'll leave that to other people who enjoy that, because I definitely didn't enjoy it. Will you be sharing that on your Facebook? Because usually that's where I see your stuff at. I try to, like, when I actually think about it. Yeah, corner to corner projects. Yeah, the closest I've done is a cow print, and I was reading a pattern with that, and then I finally got to the point, because I really don't care to read patterns. That's why I started designing my own. But I started reading a pattern for the cow print corner to corner, and I said, screw this. And I ended up just freehanding it, just because I have a hard time reading patterns. It's not that I can't, it's just I don't like the fact of having to look at the page and then get back to work and then back and forth, back and forth. I like to be able to just do without really having to think too much or too much involved with it. And somebody's coming to say hello. If you guys did not see, we ended up getting an Angora rabbit, and he's running away, last weekend, and we have renamed him. His name was originally Sunshine, but we have renamed him to Gerald, just because it seemed more fitting. I don't know, he just seemed like a Gerald. I don't know if you guys can actually see him back there, but he is an English Angora mixed with a Harley Quinn, which, from my understanding, that has to do with the fur pattern. But he is a hoot. We love him. He's like a small puppy dog almost. He was coming over and sniffing my leg. I was going to pick him up and show you guys, but he ended up running off. He will be getting another cage. He's in that small thing right now. I've got a new cage ordered for him, so he is able to free roam in my craft room. Occasionally we'll let him out in the living area, but right now it's just the craft room. He's a big ball of fluff. I think in the next month or so he is going to have to get sheared. I do have to brush him every day, if not every other day, or else he will get matted up, and then he definitely has to get sheared. But yeah, he's fun, he's cute, and I couldn't pass up the deal, even though he was a pretty penny. I couldn't pass up the deal. It's hard to find Angora rabbits. I've been wanting one since I started spinning, and finding Angora rabbits is kind of hard to come by, especially at somewhat of a decent price. And he was an hour away from us, so I had money saved up for my lathe and ended up getting him instead. So and I believe I got him litter trained as well. So the lady told me that rabbits aren't very easy to litter train, but within 3 days of having him, he was already litter trained. but once he gets sheared and might have to do a few shearings on him, I will spin his fur up, and then maybe the first one I probably won't sell, but maybe the second yarn that I make with his fur I will sell. I know I will have to blend his fur with a different fiber just because the staple length is so short. And he does, the Angora is like baby alpaca. It doesn't have any barbs on it, so it doesn't really catch together, or it's not like wool where they catch. So it will be like alpaca and it will just stretch. Oh, he is super duper soft, super soft. It's crazy how soft he is, honestly. I would say he is probably as soft as if you've ever felt baby alpaca, if not softer. Yeah, he's super soft. So I do see a few other people in the chat. Just thank you for lurking. If you want to comment, you are more than welcome to. If not, that is completely fine. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, Mama Winch, but I do believe I'm going to try to start going live about every other Monday at this time. Yeah, I've got 2 more braids of that mermaid tail, and I can spin that up for you and send it your way if you want me to, if you want a bigger project. It's been some time since I've spun that mermaid's tail for you. Didn't I spin something else for you as well? Yeah, I get that. No biggie, I get that. But that is an option. I mean, regardless whether you get them or not, I will be spinning them up, so. How's Mila doing? It is Mila, right? Did I say that correctly? Mila, Mila. I think it's Mila. Yes, Mila. Is she happy to be back in the camper? Or was she having fun having a bigger space to roam? She's zoned out in her chair. Well, at least she's being good, I guess. Ours, he likes to be back in his little corner where we rescued him from the pound. He needs his own space. He was abused as a pup, and when we first got him, he did not want anything to do with humans. So it took some work to get him used to us, and then he still has a hard time when strangers come around, but he's a lot better when we first got him. Yeah, he did not, like, he would not even let us touch him. That's how bad he was. Now it's almost like you can't even get him off of you. He's a completely different dog from when we first got him. Completely different. Do you have anything good for dinner? For anybody who's in here? We ended up having leftover shepherd's pie. I gotta figure out what's for tomorrow. I don't even know what I have on my menu. It can be hard getting back in a routine. You'll get there though. I try to come visit you when I get the chance. I've just got so much going on. Oh, you had 3 teeth pulled last month. I didn't even know about that. You had a sub for dinner. Did you get it from Subway or did you make it yourself? Or some other sub shop? That is not fun at all. I bet you load up on applesauce though. Walmart half sub, okay. If it's the market side, I used to make those at Walmart. I worked at Walmart for just a hair over a year. And when I worked weekends, that's what I was doing, was making subs and wraps and the pinwheels, all that, and salads. You're tired of Jello and pudding. I would say after, probably a month of it, I would be tired of Jello and pudding as well. Sushi spicy grilled salmon rolls, Kroger's. I don't know about store sushi. I like a crunchy spicy tuna roll though. Those are good. Sushi sounds good, just not spicy. Yeah, PJ, I used to not like sushi at all. It was the seaweed in it. And then we ended up going to a Chinese sushi hibachi buffet place in Myrtle Beach. Well, it's not exactly in Myrtle Beach. And I tried sushi again and I got hooked on sushi. So now every once in a while I crave it. Yeah, that's where we lived at in West Virginia. It was the same way. There wasn't a decent Chinese place. I'm over by the beach where they get fresh fish, so you can find sushi places, Chinese places galore down here. Sushi or seafood places. My favorite is crab legs, though. I love crab legs. About once a year, we try to go to Krabby Mike's, which is a all-you-can-eat buffet, and we'll go there for crab legs. So right now we do not have the goats. We haven't had the goats since I think June, July time, just because with the pregnancy and the heat, and then being an escape artist, I couldn't deal with running them down and chasing them back into the pen. So we ended up giving them back to the guy that had gifted them to us until we got a fencing, proper fencing. So I think here in the next few weeks, we're actually going to do electric fence. Um, so we'll have them back and potentially another one. He's talking about giving us a billy goat, and I just don't know if I want a billy goat or not because I don't want to have to deal with the breeding. But we're gonna eventually get them back. We did see them probably about 3 weekends ago now, and they haven't really gotten too much bigger. I can't remember what type of goats they are, but they don't get that big. I don't think they're a dwarf. They might have dwarf in them. I'm not really for sure. I'd have to ask again, but they really didn't get too much bigger. But I did get to hold when we went over there. No, I don't think they were pygmy. I would have to ask PJ. I don't think they were pygmy. They might have been. I think you were pretty close to it. I knew what you meant anyways. But when we had went over to his house, there was a freshly dropped baby goat. And so I got to hold it, I mean, within just a couple of hours before we got there. It was in the middle of the night. It did have a twin, but there was some kind of neurological something going on with it, and it ended up passing away. I was trying to get him to maybe throw that one in whenever we get ours back, but I don't think he was wanting to let that one go. She was cute though. She was cute. We've got some baby chicks as well. That's still in the brooder. Replenishing from our flock that got ransacked. Alrighty, thank you, Mama Witch, for coming in. Good luck on the dishcloth. Hopefully, it doesn't give you too much trouble. Love ya. So, David, what did Mom have for dinner since you're having sushi? I want to say tomorrow might be a new recipe, which is a cracked chicken gnocchi. Usually I do chicken gnocchi soup, but I'm going to do something different this time with the gnocchi. I think that's what's on the menu. Salad and NyQuil. Is she sick? I know she said that the flu was going around. Hopefully she ain't got the flu. She's trying to. I guess she needs to go quarantine so that you don't go get it. I know last night, I don't know what it was, but I woke up at midnight and I had stomach cramps. And today I've been off and on having nausea. So I don't know what that's about. I hope I'm not about to get a stomach bug. She's watching from separate rooms. So is she in the bedroom or is she in the living room and you're in the whatever room you want to call that? The office, I guess. You're in the safe room? Okay. The safe room? Gerald's trying to escape. She's in her recliner. So she had to take it back. She's not running a fever or anything, is she? What are you doing? No, well, that's good. She just coughing or sounds stuffy. Ugh. Come here. There's Gerald. What you doing? Huh? For those that don't know, this is Gerald, an Angora bunny. He is our newest addition as of last week. His name was originally Sunshine, but we ended up having to rename him because Sunshine just wasn't suiting. Is that real? Just kidding. Yeah, he's real. He wasn't happy earlier when I brushed him. He was getting mad. We walked into Tractor Supply. I had a hold of him, and people were like, "What the heck is that thing?" He's a bunny. He's cute and fluffy. All right. There you go. So when do you go back to work, David? Tomorrow. You gotta drive back, or are you on homebound? Ah, yeah, doctor's appointment tomorrow. PT as well, or no? Headed back after doctor's appointment. Okay. That's right, you're done with PT. Okay. I forgot you were done with PT. Even though y'all just told me the other day. You should be released tomorrow. Okay. Well, that's good. Unless that's not good and you gotta go back to work. Actually, like, into work. That's if you don't want to go back into work. You're probably getting stir crazy. So I just want to say thank you for everybody who is joining me today or watching the replay. I'm just doing some spinning. This is something different that I'm trying out. I stated at the beginning of the live that I might try to start going live every other Monday at 5:30. We'll see how things go. But that is my plan for this whole thing. Sometimes I might be spinning, sometimes I might be crocheting, sometimes who knows what I will be doing. But for right now, I know that spinning kind of keeps my mind off of, I guess, the nerve factor where it is so new. And for those who don't know, Shannon over at Shannon Talks Yarn and myself, we usually bounce back in between each other's channels every third Saturday of the month. I know she's got a lot going on. So January we did not go live. I went live by myself not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. She just got a lot going on. So hopefully maybe this month will be on her channel. It just depends on what's going on with her. I was able to talk to her for a brief second today, and she gave me a little bit of a rundown of some things that were going on. So we'll see if we'll go live on her channel. If not, I still might try to go live whatever Saturday, the third Saturday of this month is. I know I do have another live set up for the 16th, which is also on a Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know I have some recording that I need to get done. I have a hat, a slouchy that I crocheted for my daughter that I've got to get recorded this week. And here is the slouchy. So that will come out Sunday, this coming Sunday, I think the 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always try to publish something on Sundays, and they're always, usually, as long as technology works with me, released at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have my next crochet hook handle time lapse already recorded, which is the aquamarine, and this is up for grabs on Mercari if you were interested. There is a 5mm crochet hook. It's a epoxy and olive burl wood blend. I do these all handmade on the wood lathe. I just got a bigger lathe. I have some wood chisels that I need to order to actually work on that lathe, because the ones that I have are for my more micro one. So then I'll start making more things off of that lathe. I've wanting to make some yarn balls, maybe some drop spindles, and a couple of other things that I'm conjuring up right now. And then this past Sunday, I did have a time-lapse video published of me dyeing some handspun yarn, which is in aquamarine colors. This is a light DK weight yarn. There is, let's see, 249 yards here, and it is also up for grabs if anybody is interested. You can find everything that I sell on Mercari, or you can also email me. Usually I have a scroll at the bottom of my email, but I think I forgot to do that today. So if you are interested in anything that I do have, or want to contact me on, dyeing something or making hook handles, whatever, feel free to do that. I am always interested in, as long as I can do it, making something for somebody. And then I will have this published in the next week or so. This is another hand dyed, hand spun yarn by myself. This is Sweetpea. I have to still get the yardage count and then have that listed on Mercari. So you'll probably see a community post within the next week of that being posted on Mercari. My next two crochet hook handles that I have to make will be a diamond themed and an emerald themed. I am going through this year and doing birthstone themed hooks and projects, just to do something different, but also I'm wanting to learn more about crystals, so that's giving me a chance to do so. So I've already got the blanks for the diamond, which will be April, and then emerald would be for May. So this is April's, and then this is May's, which, I mean, they'll look different once they're finished and polished and all that. But I am really enjoying the wood turning and using the lathe. It's something different. It's something that I haven't really done before. I'm still learning. I do everything freestyle, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's became kind of a new addiction for me. But it also allows me to do something to give back to the channel as well. I'm probably going to go another 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm going to jump off of here. So if anybody has any questions or want to know something, just feel free to ask. But I do have a question for you guys. What are some projects that you like to work on during the springtime? Do you like doing shawls? Do you like doing bags? Do you like doing blankets? I know a lot of people are against blankets during the spring, summertime, just because it starts to warm up and you get too hot doing blankets. But I know I'm currently working on a blanket right now that I just started yesterday, which is a Lisa Conley locking fillet blanket. I started working on it back in, I think, September or October of last year, but I ended up ripping it out, and then just because I forgot where I left off at, and I think I was messing up on it, so I ripped it out and started fresh. But it's her sugar skull blanket. I've gotten about 14 rows completed. So this is what I've gotten done so far. I like the locking fillet because it's kind of like a Graftian, or it's similar to mosaic, but you don't have all of those color changes, and that's why I like the locking fillet. But you also get kind of like 2 blankets into one. So the back side, sometimes the design will actually mirror the front and back, so they're kind of cool. But it's like 2 fillets into one. I do see 11 people in the chat. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in today. And hi, Asia. How are you doing? What you working on? I am currently spinning some fiber that I have dyed. Now I'm spinning it up. This is part of the fiber, and this is about what it will look like once it is done. You're crocheting a baby dress. Ooh, fun. What yarn are you using? You're using Pound of Love. And what color? Good night, David. Hope mom feels better and you have fun at your doctor's appointment tomorrow. Love y'all. I'm going to probably give it a few more minutes unless anybody has any questions for me. And then I'm going to jump off here. So pastel pink and red heart super saver and a light sage. I bet you that's going to be pretty. What pattern are you using? I like the color sage. It's one of my favorites of the shade of green. Or the color green, shade of green, color green. I also like the smell of sage too. From Yarn Utopia. Okay. Yarn Utopia. Is that a website? I think I've heard of them. But I can't remember if that's like a YouTube name or if that's a website. You make jewelry too, don't you? Or am I mistaking? Your second channel, okay. Hi, Sanjarine. How are you? Thank you for joining me today. This is kind of new to me too. I don't go live on Mondays, and usually I have a co-host with me, which is Shannon over at Shannon Talks Yarn. So this is new to me too. But it's nice having you here. And you're the mosaic queen. You must love mosaic then. You're doing one as you speak. All right. Are you doing like I guess a blanket, or what you making? I know years ago I watched Erin from Crafting Kitty do the cottage core mosaic blanket. Oh, that blanket was so gorgeous when she was done with it. But I've never even tried mosaic. You're doing a throw. Do you make your own patterns, or you just follow somebody else's? I'm spinning fiber right now, so if you hear a weird noise in the background, that's what I'm doing. Oh, you want to learn how to make your own. Okay. How long have you been doing the mosaics or crocheting? I'm pretty sure you can do it yourself. I'm pretty sure of it. I know they've got websites that you can use. I know I was talking to Mama Winch earlier about doing Grafkins and how I was trying years ago to do my own Grafkins or just crafts in general, and it's not my cup of tea. About 2 years. Okay. We all got to start, and we all got to learn at some point, right? You'll get there. So what do you like about the mosaic? Is it just the way it comes out, or like the technique, or what you like about mosaic? The design is so pretty. They are pretty. They are. I've just, I've said before that I was going to learn how to do mosaic, but I've never done it. I've never done it. So, what blanket are you working on right now? It's only a single and double. Okay. Is that because I don't know anything really about mosaic? Is that single and double crochet, or how does that work? Okay. Single in the back loop and drop down double. Okay. So is I'm guessing the drop down double is that front post crochet? Isn't there different types of mosaic? Because I've thought I've seen some that are more like a flat, kind of like just like regular crochet, but color changes. And then there's like a textured. Okay. I might have to find a small dishcloth pattern and give mosaic a try, because I've never even tried mosaic. They're pretty, but I've never. Okay, so you think that the one that you did was mosaic. I'm trying to remember that blanket. You might have to send me a picture of it again. Okay, I love MJ Off the Hook. She has such gorgeous designs. I remember it, but vaguely. I remember you doing the blanket, but I'm trying to think exactly what it looked like. A granny mosaic. Okay. Usually mosaic is only 2 colors. Don't know. I think what she ended up doing, Santorini, where it was a granny square, changed the colors, and I think that's what she's talking with the different colors. I'll have to look at that later, Mom, or it will pop me out of the live. Well, I believe I am going to wrap it up for the night. Again, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me today. I greatly appreciate if you're with me today or watching the replay. I will try to do this every other Monday. It just depends on how things go, but that is the game plan here. This is something completely new that I am doing, and it will be 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully, I hope to see you guys back on, I think it's the 16th is the next scheduled one. But I hope you all enjoy the rest of your night. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next live.